Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the Moms Interrupted podcast with Taylor
And Natasha.
This is a fun one because this is our last time we're going to record before a little winter break where we can spend time with our family and prioritize things that are on our list of to-dos for this podcast that are like 7 million pages long, and we just have not been able to do them.
You guys, we film and we can't get to anything else on our list of things that we want to do. So we're taking a break for the holidays. We'll still be around. So you can still send us messages and such.
And we have fun things coming up. We're going to be launching our merch, which will be fun.
Exciting. So cozy.
And tackle some other things. So yeah, we hope you guys have a good winter break. And we wanted to go into the new year with some random hot takes and thoughts, and then also answer some of the questions or subjects that you guys have sent in recently. So
yeah. So but before we get into it, we're just gonna do a little catchy uppy.
Oh my god, I have a hot take catch up.
I watch way too much Bluey. Catchy uppy. That's like a thing.
I've never watched Bluey.
Oh my god, Bluey is so cute for my son's age, who he just turned 4. But I feel like before that he wasn't into it.
Yeah. So a couple things. I saw this photo of Vanessa Hudgens pregnant with her bump out, looking amazing, flaunting it, doing her stuff. The comments were atrocious, and it was clearly a photo to be like, look how big she is. Yeah. Like, look at this. Yeah. And I don't know why. I think maybe because I'm like 1 month behind her or something. I was so upset about it and was just like, can we leave celebrities that are pregnant or have kids alone?
Leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Can you imagine being pregnant and just trying to live your life, and there's paparazzi?
Oh my god.
You, or you with your baby? It brings me back to Britney Spears in her car.
I know.
Back in the early, what was that? The
totally.
early 2000s, early 2010s, and people thinking she was crazy. And it's like, yeah, she might be have a screw loose, but
also that would make anyone crazy.
100%.
Oh my god, it was so excessive. And anyway, seeing her with her bump out and people attacking whatever. I'm going to dinner with some friends in LA tonight, and so I was like, I'm gonna try the bump out look. Oh my god, that is a specific look for specific people.
Totally.
And it is not for Taylor. I need to I'm going to put the photo up right here. I tried on Connor's rag and bone jeans. These are going to be so baggy and cute and hip on me. Barely, but they look like skinny jeans. So yeah, didn't work. And I sent Natasha.
These jeans fit.
I sent Natasha a photo and was like, everyone who said this is a look can fuck themselves. It was so bad.
I think the sweater that she
It also was like a cheetah. It was a cheetah princess. It was Reformation, okay? It was supposed to be classy. Did not look classy. Looked opposite.
It looked
bad. So I won't be wearing that tonight.
It is just one of those things that is not my favorite look, just in general.
I think in the summer too, it's different when you're wearing cute shorts with a sun hat and a
boho
crop top. Yeah,
when it's a boho vibe, but when it's cold, I don't know. I just it's giving Winnie the Pooh.
It is, and honestly, to each their own. Rock your bump, but I won't be doing it
for me and for you. It's a no.
Someone commented on it I miss when people wore maternity clothes. I was like, oh my God.
My grandma, so this is a funny story. When I was pregnant the second time, she was like, your generation is out there wearing these tight clothes when they're pregnant with their bellies out. And she's like, miss the days when people were modest.
It is a big shift.
It's a big shift. She's like, I'm just not used to seeing it. And I was like, Grandma, I'm just out here trying to be comfortable. So I respectfully disagree.
Yeah.
I can't live my life thinking about you and how you feel about my outfit.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
But don't look at me if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So If you're asking about me.
How are you doing? Been meaning to ask.
In case you're wondering. I'm recovering from a rough week. My children have had, or my daughter got hand, foot, and mouth for the second time in 3 months. And babies under the age of 2, I feel like, are the worst when sick. After 2, they can communicate a little bit. They'll watch some TV. It's like you can give them like more stuff for comfort.
Yeah.
Like under 2, it's just like the wild, wild west. Like there's nothing you can do. They're just fussy and clingy and they want you to hold them and they just are miserable and you are everything to them. And so it's just like really a lot.
And if you're breastfeeding, it becomes like around the clock.
My nipples were sore.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had nipple soreness in like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really rough and nobody talks about, I was thinking about this a lot. Nobody talks about how when your children are sick and they are recovered enough to have full energy back, but then you still can't leave the house.
Oh God.
That is a special kind of torture.
Oh God.
That no one prepared me for. Yeah. Like, oh, your baby's sick. Like, oh, they're extra sleepy and snuggle naps. And like, oh, how sweet. Like, you're their everything. And then they have full energy back. And you're like, cool. What am I supposed to do with you? We are still like in a quarantine situation because hand, foot, and mouth, you can't like go out in public until their like blisters dry up. Don't even get me started. I'm not even going to go into details. But like full energy, stuck at home. I'm like losing my mind. So anyways, my son on
Doesn't this remind you of COVID?
Yes, it's giving PTSD.
Yeah.
Like I'm PTSD. I'm like, what did we do during COVID? We're going to go out on the bike path and like just like get some fresh air. Like it is giving COVID times and lockdown and quarantine. So on day 5 of my daughter being sick, which she's finally started feeling better, my son got a fever. So that was nice. I had a mental breakdown. My husband was like, why are you crying in a corner right now? And I was like, because I haven't slept in 5 days and now the second kid is sick. But luckily his fever broke over the night that night and he's 4. It was his birthday yesterday. So like he just turned 4 and he was actually sick on his birthday, sad. But he just watched TV, woke up in the morning and was ready to go, never got blisters. And so knock on wood that he is in the clear for my sanity. But we had to reschedule Disneyland. So that was sad. But we're going to try to go next week. Hopefully it's not torrential downpouring still.
Oh God.
I'm not going to Disneyland in water ponchos.
With the whole family?
No, the baby is staying. With a babysitter. The 1-year-old age, like trying to like take them to a restaurant or trying to stand in lines, like I would rather not go.
You can't. I mean, our friend just took her baby and she was like, I highly don't recommend until they're older.
The 1-year-old age in lines, it's like
a grown Taylor in lines.
Yeah.
You won't ever find me at Disneyland.
I know you're not a Disneyland girl. I just think it's like so precious.
It's so precious.
Magical.
You can take Kelly.
Yeah.
One day. I'll pay you. You can take him.
All right. I'll be like,
you can't pay me to stand in a line. Sorry.
I mean, I get the lightning pass.
But I also I'm high anxiety with crowds. So
Me
it's just
too.
not.
Have you ever been to Disneyland though? It's not that like
never. And I won't go.
Oh,
this is my like claim to fame.
It's not not. Oh, mine is hot dogs. It's
well, because I lived in LA for so long, so people are like, "What? Like, how have you not been here?"
You should like get over it.
But I've been to Harry Potter worlds.
Oh, okay.
I got over my fears because I love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go have a butterbeer.
Yeah. And what'd you think?
I loved it.
Okay, so I feel like you're really like getting in your own way here. I'm gonna take your children to
Maybe
Disneyland.
I just like telling people I haven't been and I like hating on it.
That's what Drew says about my hot dog thing. He's like,
I'll never forget this.
He's like, Natasha just likes telling people that she's never eaten a hot dog before. I'm like, no, I actually like have no interest in eating one. But the Disneyland.
What about pigs in a blanket?
Nope, never had one.
Wow.
I already am weird about meat.
What about Spam Musubis?
Never had one.
What?
I've never had the meat. I've taken the meat off and eaten the rice and the nori. Yeah.
That's crazier to me. As a Hawaii girl, that's crazier.
No.
Wow.
I mean, there's a lot of meats I haven't eaten.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just weird about meat. Always have been, always will be.
Yeah.
You know?
But not seafood. You love seafood.
I do love seafood, but I'm still weird about some stuff. Yeah.
What about oysters?
Rather,
Okay, I was going to say this is on brand for someone who maybe
Rather
would
die.
hate. Yeah.
rather die. Take me out back. Funny story, when I first started dating Drew, my husband, he was like, can I take you out to sushi? La la la. Like, you're from Hawaii. And I like didn't really like eat fish at that point in my life, but I was like, sure. And he was like, I love oysters. There's this place. And I like, when we were already there, he was like, do you want to have some? And I was like, sure. And no joke, I just like took it like a shot, like held my nose, was like, and I was like trying to be like agreeable. And then very shortly after, I was like, this is not who I am. Like, I can't like lie to you. Like, this is just, if it's oysters or me, like it's, I'm out. No oysters for me. I do like mussels in like a,
me too,
in like a curry, like a.
Oh, have you had the fishery ones?
So good.
Yeah, they're 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Anyways,
with a big crusty piece of bread.
Yeah, so good. And they use Wayfair
God, I'm so hungry.
Okay, what's our first subject?
Okay. So today we're here to talk about the hard-hitting news. Taylor just one day woke up and said, we need to talk about diaper pails.
Oh my God.
And this is the stuff that matters.
We need to talk about diaper pails, and I have a hot take on diaper pails. They are disgusting. They're disgusting. This is a really big hot take, but my second baby, I'm literally not using one.
It's just like, why do I need a shit bag in my house that smells like shit? And like the other day, my husband like walks into the...
Not only that, but it's usually in the nursery and there's
Yeah.
like poopy particles floating all around, and you'd wait like a day, 2 days to like empty it. It's like...
I take every poop diaper just straight out to the trash.
This is what I'm going to do.
I will give my stamp of approval on a diaper pail for the newborn phase because there's so many freaking diapers.
Here's the thing though. It fits too many, and then so you wait too long, and then there's nothing like taking it out and the smell.
No.
The smell of like 50 poop diapers.
No.
And you're, oh my God. I remember just being like,
yeah.
I think for me, what I'll do,
Yeah.
because I agree, it's like it's too much to go out,
Yeah.
is I'll slowly put them in the kitchen trash, and then that end of every single day, take them out.
Once I'm able to like get up and like move around and I'm like up and moving, like just get them outside. Like I can't have them in my house. It's disgusting. Also, I live in like a tiny house. Like it smells up the whole place. Like I don't need that in my life.
I actually read something about it too, how it's true. Like the poop I don't know. I stand by this, you guys. It floats. It's kind of like how if you don't clean out humidifiers that have like essential oils and all this stuff, and it creates mold, and it's just like releasing into the air. It's like, no shit, if you have a bunch of shit in your room.
Yeah.
The
other day,
I'm sorry, it's sealed, but like, come on.
No, the other day, we had someone watching my daughter, like, so I could do this and my husband could go to work, and like she put a poopy diaper in the diaper pail, and my husband got our daughter up from nap, and he was like, the entire room just like reeks of shit. And I was like, that is so disgusting. I'm so sorry, baby, that I had you napping in a room that was just like shit scented your whole nap. Like I felt sad for her.
Yeah, diaper pails aren't it for me. I'm not doing it the second time, and that's my hot take.
Diaper pail. I just feel like there's got
to be another way.
I'm just thinking like a Trader Joe's paper bag, like outside of the door of your house, like outside. Like if you can't get all the way to the trash cans, like just like throw them in there and then take it out at the end of the day. Cause I don't want it in my kitchen trash can either. Like that's gross. Cause like same thing. It's the same thing. A diaper pail is not like incredible technology. It's just a trash can.
Here's the thing. I get it if you live in a place where it's like you have to walk down 5 flights of stairs and stuff. But
yeah, if you live
if
you live in a mansion,
right?
Yeah, then like, and it's like far away.
Or an apartment where it's like the trash is outside or whatever.
Totally.
I get that, but I think that it's become a like convenience thing to the point of like, we always talk about this. Like in America, we have to optimize.
The pendulum has swung too far on diaper pails.
Like for me, it's like, it's not that big of a deal for me to throw the diaper outside. Right. It's maybe takes 30 more seconds.
Yeah. Like the trash cans are like right there.
Yeah.
Like the trash cans are right there. Like I can do it.
Totally. I can do it. Especially a month in after I've healed. Like,
totally.
Fine. In the beginning, use a diaper pail. Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand. Like, and look, everybody's different. Don't come at me.
I know. We did this hot take about the changing tables and people came after us.
I stand by it.
I stand by it too.
Every time I change my daughter's diaper, I think of it and I'm like, here I am again on the bed, changing her diaper. No changing pad.
Ooh. Also, I think a lot of those people had like younger babies.
Right. So they don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know yet. And one day they're going to look back and they're going to be like, I know what those girls from that podcast were talking about.
Exactly.
Moving on. Next item of hot news. What the fuck is homework?
Even in preschool, I'm like, why am I getting all this homework that I have to fill out?
It's homework for me. It actually makes me
it's mom work.
Sort of mad because I'm like, don't send home stuff. He doesn't need this. My kid doesn't need this. My preschooler doesn't need this. I don't need extra work to do. I've got enough stuff going on. If you guys want to do projects, great. If you need money for supplies, let me know. I'm happy to donate to the classroom fund. Please don't send home things for me to do for my 2-year-old or my 3-year-old in preschool. Oh. And if other moms disagree, fine. But me, don't want to do it. I'm opting out.
I'm opting out too.
And when homework comes into the picture, like, also like, why is homework a thing? The kids are in school for enough hours. Like they need to be outside and like socializing. I
agree. It's so important.
I really wish that there was like,
there has to be separation of like home, outside life, like different learning than school.
Remember when we were in school, and I'm talking like middle school and high school? I don't really like remember that much elementary school. I know there was homework, but I don't really remember. So I'm not going to talk about it, but like we literally would go to school all day from like, I think school started at like 7:45, got out at like what? 3:30. 3:30. Then we went to like practice for our sports. Mm-hmm. Our parents picked us up. It was like the sun was going down. It's like 6 p.m. Go home, have dinner, and then spend the next few hours doing homework.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like when you think about it, it's like, what kind of fresh hell was that?
My sister's really dealing with this, having like a 8-year-old and a 6-year-old and a 3.5-year-old, but the 2 older ones, like she's like, I can't even
have homework.
Like minor things.
Okay, like little projects.
But the 8-year-old has like really hard math homework.
No way.
Can't we incorporate this into the daytime?
And it's like nobody here is coming for teachers. Teachers are saints. Again, we go back to like the system. Yeah. Right? Like why is it set up such that the kids have to come home and then we as a family have to spend our like a few hours that we have together doing homework? Yeah. It just feels like there's a better use of that time. And this is why people homeschool.
I know.
Because they're like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I get it.
I get it too. Okay. I have a hot take question. Why are there no changing tables in men's bathrooms?
Do you know the answer?
I'm just so curious. I mean, my husband even asked.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we are the first generation where men give a fuck about helping their wives and their children. So that's why, because society has not caught up with millennial dads actually like being a part of their kids' lives. That's why.
And I think there's like such a solve here to the point where it doesn't really have to be like they're in all the women's bathrooms and the men's bathrooms. It's like, I love when there's a family bathroom. That works great. But like there's so many instances where we'll be traveling and I'm the one that has to always do everything because it's in the women's bathroom.
Yeah, the bathroom designers in public spaces have not caught up with modern dads and modern family dynamics. I still think that moms are doing it most of the time just like out of habit and like just out of like norms, but I think that there really has been a lack of advancement in that department just because The people designing bathrooms are old.
Yeah. And men who don't want to change diapers.
Yes. And they're like, let's stick with it.
Totally.
Guys.
Totally.
Also, the other thing to think about is like, I don't know, like when you think about who most predators are, they're usually men. And like, maybe I don't want my kids going into men's bathrooms.
That's why family restrooms are so great.
Yeah. I agree.
Because I don't even really like taking my son to change him in like a public women's restroom with like so many people around.
Right.
It just feels a little bit.
I like, number one preference, in an ideal world, there would be family restrooms, right? And then also
a private stall
with a changing table in it. The ones where it's just like next to the sinks.
No, that's so weird.
And I like feel bad for people trying to just wash their hands and my kid has a blowout.
Totally.
I'm like, sorry.
I feel bad, and also like don't look at his
like junk.
private parts.
Yeah.
It's like kind of weird.
Okay, for this one, we actually need to ask a pediatric dentist. But like, I think we've talked about this briefly before, but like, when's the time to go?
When is the time to take your baby to the dentist? All dentists actually have different opinions about this.
Really?
Yes.
You've heard different things?
Yes.
So like, funny thing, like when I was at home with my first and like I was looking for things to do, my son literally got teeth at 4 months and I took him to the dentist. I was like, and that's such a me coded thing to do.
That is so you. What did they say? Did they send you home?
No, he was like, great, let's check it out. My pediatrician was like, sure, like go get him checked out. Like they like to get him used to going to the dentist early. So it's like a positive experience. So they do this whole like cute thing. And my son was just like the happiest, jolliest baby ever. And so he was like, la, la, la. They're like looking in his mouth. He does not care at all.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I did that a few times and then now it's been like a year and I'm like, okay, he's 4. I should probably take him again. But my pediatrician told me to start taking them like when they get teeth.
When they have all their baby teeth is what I usually hear.
Not all of them, just like when they have teeth. Like anytime when they start getting teeth, she said
I've never heard that.
You could start taking them. But she wasn't like you need to. She was just like you could.
I talked to a dentist in Hawaii who we're friends with who was like, don't even bother till they have most of their baby teeth at like 1.
Yeah.
And then I went in because I had to get x-rays when my son was like 1.5 because his tooth went through his upper lip. That was really fun. And that dentist was like, don't even bother coming in to see us till 2. Like we don't do anything. Right. She was like, unless you like your child eats a lot of sugar at this point, which like, I'm sorry, but they shouldn't. Yeah. That's what she told me.
Yeah.
She was like, there's not much we can do.
Yeah.
She was like, please floss every day and like brush your teeth every day. And like,
they were like, brush twice a day. You don't need to use toothpaste. Like they kind of like, it's kind of like an education kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I remember them teaching me how to floss and me being like, his teeth like aren't even close to touching. So this is like a funny like.
Oh my God. One of my friends too went in at like 1. And she texted me after like, that was the biggest joke of my life. Like they literally were like, looks good. And it was like $300.
Oh my God. Why?
Maybe because like no dental insurance yet for the baby.
Interesting. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't go if it wasn't covered by insurance.
Yeah.
Because like it's not necessary.
Yeah.
But I think it's time for me to take my son.
Another one that like people always ask, and I think it's so funny because I think this runs through every parent's mind when they have a baby is like, when do I give my baby water?
Totally.
Because as humans, we drink so much water.
I remember telling my friends who don't have kids that babies don't drink water and them being like, what? They're like, when do you like give the baby water? I'm like, you actually don't have to give your baby water at all until they're 1.
Yeah.
Like water in the first between 6 and 12 months is completely optional. And usually it's just to teach how to drink out of a cup.
Mm-hmm. I mean, my pediatrician even was like, and a lot of IBCLCs too say like, you really want to be careful that water isn't replacing anything. So you don't want like if they're breastfeeding and trying solids and doing all these things, water doesn't have any calories. And if there's water in breast milk and in formula, then like there's really no
There's
need
no
to have
reason.
excess water.
There's no reason to give water unless like your baby is super constipated and like you're a
Right.
pediatrician or care team or whoever or whatever other medical reason indicates that your baby needs to have water. But like the second time around, I didn't even give my daughter water until she was 1 at all.
Yeah.
I just would.
I didn't either because both my son and your daughter were slow to like solids.
Yes.
So oftentimes it's like the more they're eating of
Yeah.
food,
Right.
like of course they'll need more water.
Right, because breast milk and formula intake goes down.
Right.
And so they need more liquids.
Right.
Totally.
So I remember at like 9 months or so, he still wasn't that into food. Like I still kept trying, but he wasn't. And I was like, wait, everyone says intro water at 6 months. Am I doing something wrong? Am I doing something wrong? And my pediatrician was like, no, calm down.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my son, who like at 6 months was like, I'll eat spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's give this kid some water. But also a lot of the times I would just pump some breast milk and give it to him in a sippy cup.
Yeah.
Because why not? Like
Right.
I was just like, I don't know. The first time around I was obsessed with like making sure he was full of calories. And obviously because like if I could put a picture of my son and my daughter like at the same age, you'd be like, oh yeah, that mom was obsessed with feeding that child. And my daughter is perfectly like healthy. But for some reason I had this like obsession with making sure he was like getting enough food. And it showed in the weight class he was in. But he did like food a lot. So I don't know. Tangent there.
Yeah.
But yeah, water.
Not necessary.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy to think about?
It's crazy.
But breast milk and formula is like mostly water.
I know.
So like they're good. Anyways. If you had to pick one thing that you wish you knew before giving birth the first time, what would it be? One thing.
I wish that I could have known my preferences for people being there because I had a doula that was my mom. I had my partner. I had another doula that was there that took birth photography, but also was like a doula on staff at the center, 2 midwives and a birth assistant.
Oh, wow.
Kind of standard amount of people for like out of a hospital birth, but like I wish I would have known that I didn't want anyone there because I think that maybe my labor would have even been a little shorter if I was a little more like comfy and on my own.
Yeah.
With not as many people like bothering me. I think that would have been helpful. But now I know that going into my second.
Totally.
So I'm stoked. I know that now. And I
Right.
can tell my husband I'm kicking him to the curb and he's like not worried about it.
Right. Yeah. It's one of those things like you live and learn, but
What would you want to know before birth if you could go back and do it again? Like for either time, because it's been 2 times now.
yeah. So what would I wish I would have known?
What would I wish I would have known?
Blah, 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 blah. Like, what did I even say? Was that
I
like,
don't know.
like,
Was that accurate?
It's like when you start like looking at the spelling of something and you're like, what does that even say? What I wish I would have known going into birth is the first time I wish I would have known, like, you don't need to force it. Like the baby's going to come out and it's really hard to be patient and it's really uncomfortable, like the end of pregnancy. But I just wish I would have known, like, don't mess with it. Just like let it happen.
Mm-hmm. And then
because I had an induction.
And then you did know that for the second one.
And then I did know that for the second
Yeah.
one. But yeah, like it's birth specifically, like I wish I would have just like been more educated around interventions and like messing with all of the things because I just didn't think it was necessary.
Right.
Like looking back. But
Right.
hindsight's 20/20 and you live
Totally.
and you learn and you
Totally. And we don't have a system that sets people up for knowing.
No.
It's not like anything we learn.
No.
You have to like actively seek it
You have
out.
to seek
Similar to
out
breastfeeding.
the
You have to
information.
actively seek it out.
Yes.
Because women need like one more thing on their plate.
Right. As if I'm not busy enough. But at 39 weeks, my doctor was like, are you done being pregnant? And I was like, yeah, great. Let's
Totally.
do it. So, and that happens all the time.
Yeah.
But I just wish I would have known I wish I would have known all of the information so I could have made a educated and informed decision versus just like being like, yeah, I'm done being pregnant.
Totally.
The end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Totally. What's one thing you wish you would have known going into postpartum the first time?
I wish I would have put a little more effort into taking care of myself while my baby is sleeping so much.
Right.
Because you have this adrenaline and you don't want to ever look away from baby. You don't want to, you know what I mean?
You're like obsessed.
You're obsessed.
And you're just sitting around like looking at them, holding them, which is great. But you forget about yourself.
You forget about yourself. And I wish I would have like taken more showers, given more. I realize now that the newborn phase is very easy to hand off baby to partner.
Yes.
Baby sleeps a lot. Like I wish I would have done more self-care around the house and just spent more moments alone actually. Because by the time 2 months, 3 months, 4 months came around, it's like you're always with baby, husband might be back at work and all of a sudden there's no self-care but also no time to do it.
And the adrenaline has worn off. And you are running on months now of broken sleep.
Yes.
And so all of a sudden, like people talk about, 4 months, hormones crash, blah, blah. Also, the adrenaline is gone and you are worn thin by the lack of sleep.
Yeah.
So that is.
Yes. I wish I just slept more, just like relaxed a little more instead of like.
Totally. Yeah, but I felt the same thing.
Yeah, I felt like I was on drugs.
No, I was just gonna say there's like cocaine running through my system. Why did I feel like I need to like do projects when I had a newborn?
I literally found it hard to sleep even at night, even when the baby was sleeping, because I was like, am I gonna miss something?
Yeah.
Am I gonna miss something that I
That's
need to watch?
something that does not happen the second time, let me tell you.
Oh, I can't
the second
wait.
time I was like, good night. Out. Like, we're laying around. Cool. I'm going to keep scrolling. The second time you can really, at least for me, I really just like leaned in.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as you can when you also have a toddler.
Right.
It's different in that sense, but you also are just more aware.
Yeah.
You have more perspective, which is
sense.
just something you can't really prepare for, but
yeah.
Yeah.
What is one thing you wish you knew about normal newborn behavior going into the first time you had a baby?
So this is funny because this is actually, I think, something that you said so well, and I'm sure I'll butcher it, but you were like, baby has been in your womb being rocked at the perfect temperature, held perfectly, cuddled 100% of the time. Every need is met 100% of the time. And then they come out and we as a society expect them to lay in a bassinet on a flat surface, to be okay not being held, to wait to be fed, to have an uncomfortable diaper on 100% of the time, to not have their diaper being changed immediately, to have all of these sounds and all of these things going on around them, voices.
And like learning how to do all of that
learning
stuff.
how to nurse,
how to eat, how to poop.
Totally. They don't come out knowing how to do any of those things. It's just sort of like happening to them. And then they come out and we have these like really high expectations for them and for them to just adjust. And I wish I would have known that the first time because I had never even thought about it.
It's so easy. I remember thinking this too. Like, it's so easy to think about how hard it is for you.
Yeah.
And it's easy to forget how hard it is for them.
Yeah. Being
out, thrown into this world and not even understanding gravity until they're out.
And just like what an adjustment it is.
And when you start realizing that, it becomes more of like a team thing.
Yes. And like, I'm sure people, if you're listening, you've heard this before, but another quote that really had me reflect on that was like, your baby or your child is not giving you a hard time. They are having a hard time. And we expect them to, calm down and, wait a minute and have patience and do all of these things that are hard for us.
Yeah.
But they've been on the planet for so much shorter than us and we have a hard time doing those things.
Wait, I love this is on the same lines, but I sent Natasha this like graphic that I saw on Instagram recently that was like we expect infants to self-soothe.
Right.
Meanwhile, you're like popping a Xanax and like have sound machines and lights off and all of these things to get you to go to bed. And like we still have insomnia. We still wake up sometimes. We have anxiety. Like it's like, why do we expect these crazy things of children when like we can't even do them as adults sometimes?
Every time I have to do something hard, I have to go get myself a little treat.
Yeah. Totally.
Like, why do I expect that from my baby
Yeah.
to do something hard for them or to learn a new skill that their sleep wouldn't be disrupted? And like,
and look, some babies learn those skills and they do just great.
Totally.
But what's unfair is to expect that of all babies, because all babies are different. Just like how I have major sleep problems, but my husband doesn't.
Right. And neither do I. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone's different.
Everyone's different. But we have other things that are hard for us.
Right.
Like my therapist the other day was like, you have rigid thought patterns. And I was like, yeah, you're telling me. Like, I know. Thanks. Rub it in.
Totally.
It's something that I'm working on.
We like expect all babies to be like exactly the same, read a manual, and that's how it works.
But nobody is talking about temperament.
Right.
Especially
with sleep.
Especially with sleep. And like someone wrote in, actually, this is a good segue into, look at me keeping us on topic, segue into sleep training.
So someone asked what our thoughts are on sleep training.
Yeah. And what I will say to that is it doesn't really matter what my thoughts are on sleep training, because like, you know, your baby, and you should feel empowered to do what's best for your baby and your mental health and your situation and your family dynamic. What I will say about sleep is, in my experience, temperament is going to make or break sleep with your children. I think that all of these promises that people make online about like sleep training or potty training in a certain amount of time are absolute bogus. Anyone that's trying to sell you something as a blanket statement, they're lying to you. I think that there are a certain percentage of babies who will respond very well to sleep training, that will not cry much, that just needed a little encouraging to sleep. Maybe they just needed more ounces in the day, and then that's all they needed to get longer stretches. Maybe they just needed to learn to roll and sleep on their tummy. I will tell you, like, I've been working on sleep with my daughter since she was, I want to say, like 8 months old. Her temperament is not conducive to doing anything quickly. So like Taylor says this about my daughter specifically, and she says, look, all babies love their moms, but your daughter loves you a lot. She just wants to be near me, and all babies want to be near their moms, and some are less willing to spend long stretches away from them. And that is my daughter to a T. And my son, like, once he was getting enough food in the day and he picked it up like that and has slept 11 hours through the night since then. And he's 4 now and he's still a great sleeper. My daughter is like, oh, you're going to hear about it.
My hot take on sleep training is be really wary of anyone who is trying to sell you a plan that they say is guaranteed going to work. That's my biggest hot take on it, because I think that, like you said, it doesn't matter what I think. You have to do what's best for you and your family. But what I will say is it does come down to temperament, and you never know what's going to happen. And also, it can change. My son was a really good sleeper. Now he's not, and he's 2 and he sleeps with me every single night. And I've kind of learned to just let that go, because that's what he needs right now. And that works for me. And that doesn't work for everyone, and that's okay. And I'm sure a lot of people think it's super weird that my husband and I sleep in separate beds and that my son sleeps with me, and like, I don't really care what they think, because it's what works for us. And like, it doesn't mean we don't know how to be intimate or to improve our relationship. Obviously, I'm pregnant again. I just think that everyone has to navigate what works for them, and it's all about priorities. And
if it's not a problem for you, then it's not a problem. It's nobody else's business. And that's the same thing with like sleep training. Like, it's nobody's business how you want to sleep.
And another thing I'll say about sleep training is just repeating what we said earlier in a different conversation, is like, sleep training comes from this like expectation that babies are all the same and that they're predictable.
Right.
And babies aren't predictable.
Right.
That's the thing.
And if you think that like sleep is going to be linear with your kids, it's not. It's going to go in circles and be crazy. And I just don't think that you can think like, oh, we're going to sleep train. We're going to do this thing. It's going to be really hard. There's going to be a lot of tears. And then they're going to sleep through the night forever.
Right.
Because they're going to wake up when they're teething. They're going to wake up when they're sick. They're going to have sleep disturbances when they start having nightmares and they're scared in the middle of the night. Maybe when you go back to work and they miss you. And so they want to spend more time with you. They're going to have sleep disturbances when they start school and their naps are wonky. They're going to have sleep disturbances throughout life, as we all do.
Right. It goes back to the point where we're expecting more from them than we expect from ourselves.
And so all that to say is like sleep train or not, but your kid is never gonna not ever wake up in the night again.
Yeah.
So just set your expectations such that you are expecting them to, whether it's every night or every once in a while, wake up in the night, they will.
Also,
and
what
they're
I will
gonna
say
need you
is like, if you're in the thick of it and like you're considering doing this for your mental health, give it a try, but also just know that like these periods are fleeting.
Mm-hmm.
And like Natasha said, like it could work, but then not work in a month, or it could like not work and then work again in a month, or it could just not work. And I think that it could put even more stress on you to kind of expect things to go a certain way.
Yeah.
So I think just release that.
Yeah.
And just do whatever you need to do to like feel good about your situation.
Totally. And like you can try different things. Like I said, with my daughter, she's 14 months. I've been working on sleep with her and like practicing. Like I occasionally co-sleep with her, but like it's just not for me. I just don't like it on a whole. And so I have been practicing with her, getting her to sleep in her crib for majority of the night for, what is that? 6 or 7 months now. And like, if you want to call that sleep training, like go ahead. But like people think sleep training is like putting your kid to bed at 7 and then not going back until 7 a.m. Like I'm not.
There's a really big spectrum.
That. Exactly. There's a huge
because
spectrum.
some people do that.
Some people do that. That's not what I'm doing, but I would still call what I'm doing sleep training.
Well, I would call it sleep shaping
and like encouraging.
Yeah. And there's lots of people who do help with sleep encouraging. Yeah. And there's someone here in San Diego that we need to add to our resource list who does that. And she starts her whole spiel when she meets a client. She starts it with, nothing I'm about to tell you, even though I've had thousands of clients and know a lot about infant sleep patterns, trumps your intuition.
Yeah.
And I just love that.
Number one.
That's
number one. Like if we could go back to when you asked the question and that's the answer, nothing that anyone tells you, nothing that you are going to learn online, no class that you're going to take trumps your intuition.
Yeah.
You can try something and if 10 minutes in, you're like, this isn't for me, change your mind.
Totally.
You can try something for 3 days and you're like, I don't like this anymore. Change your mind.
Yeah.
Listen to that feeling in your gut. That is like, okay, this is working. I see progress, or it's not working and I'm done. I actually don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Because that matters.
I agree.
All right.
Our final one was about thoughts on taking care of a newborn with a toddler. Like, what would you say are your top few tips? And this is great for me since I'm about to experience it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not an expert. Like I've been through it, but like everybody's just figuring it out as they go. But I would say the top thing that helped me was learning how to nurse a newborn in a carrier.
Oh.
That would be my number one. And like at first I was like, oh, I don't need to do that. I can just like walk and nurse, which also learn how to walk around and nurse.
It's like a really cool, not what I thought you were going to say.
Really?
Tip. I thought it was going to be like involve the toddler, which like I'm not shitting on that. People should. It's like that's a great thing to do. Sure. But like this is one I haven't heard before.
Okay, well I'm happy to be mysterious. Yeah, nursing while walking, nursing with the baby in the carrier. My daughter has very high touch needs, as you know.
Yeah.
Girlfriend just wants to be on me all the time and has since birth. And like you have said, like babies want to be on mom and they love their moms and they need to be on their moms, and it's good for lactation. It's good for everything. And that would be my number one thing is it's awkward at first because the baby's all curled up still and you're just like figuring out how do they fit in this like carrier or this wrap or this sling or whatever. But practice, because having your hands free to have your toddler, to be with your toddler and like cook. I'm just thinking like Mama Africa, like go back to like we are like carry animals. Yeah. So that baby wants to be on you, put them in something so that they can have access to nursing whenever they want. Make their transition into the world easier for them by just being attached
and
to
easier
you.
For you.
Easier just for like, you. Yes. And then you can ease your toddler into it as the baby gets like more and more, you know, alive.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time stressing because my son was really high needs touch wise. So he was a carrier nap baby until maybe 6 months and hadn't actually been in a crib before.
Yeah.
For any nap.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds kind of crazy. And I remember getting so like frustrated, being like, why is he always on me? You know? And
that's real.
It's real, but I realize now, like, I don't know. I can't wait to try to reframe that and just kind of like still do things I love to do and go about my life. And like, it's not a nuance that he's there. It's like special, you know, because I can still do things with him on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still can. You can do a lot.
Now that you have a toddler, you know, like you can do so much with a baby.
We are capable of so much.
You can do so much with a baby, but with a toddler, you can't do as much.
I can't even take him in a stroller anymore. He's 2.
You can like go to a bar with a baby in a carrier.
Yeah.
Toddler? Nope. Can't. There were a few other questions that were very specific about breastfeeding, and maybe we'll touch on those very niche questions when we talk about breastfeeding again in another episode. But if you ask us a question about breastfeeding, we'll just answer you directly in the DMs. Yeah. Because we're running out of time and it's time for us to kick off our winter break and time for us to wrap it up. Any final closing thoughts?
No, I just think it's been a really cool first 6 months of our podcast, and we appreciate every single one of you guys listening to our small niche podcast on motherhood. And I think we had so many ambitious goals, but like for both of us, it was kind of a side project because we're full-time moms. We have all these other things going on with your school, and like I was teaching, and it's so cool that we were able to find such a awesome community given the fact that like sometimes it feels so hard and chaotic to do it, but it's brought us a lot of happiness the last 6 months. And so
we're super grateful for you guys being here and listening. And we set out on this venture to like build community and like help moms however we could, and like just knowing that we're helping and like being there for and like creating community for anyone is just really special, and we don't take it lightly. So thank you guys for being here. Yeah, we appreciate you all, and have a good new year. We'll talk to you in 2026. Wild. Crazy. Bye everyone. Bye.